What's good everyone? Welcome to another video. In this video, since we are coming to a monthly close again, I would like to have a monthly analysis on Bitcoin, and I also want to share what I think Bitcoin would do in the coming weeks to come. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, so to begin this video, I'll start on with the monthly chart again so that I can share where I think Bitcoin would go in the coming weeks. Okay, so right now, we are closing our monthly candle in a day or so, and it's closing at the level where the previous monthly lows were around the 20,000 region. So basically this whole month, so what can we see from this chart is basically this month's entire Bitcoin movement invalidated the previous month's move upwards. Okay, so this is as right now it's still holding at support at around the 19.8k regions, so you can't tell much from the monthly chart. Alright, so moving down to the weekly chart, the last 2 weeks weekly candle is pretty bearish, and the red candles are huge and they basically engulf the previous month's weekly candles. Okay, this one red candle alone engulf 1, 2, 3, 4 weekly candles. So this is showing that BES has a lot of strength. The previous week's weekly candle also basically engulfed the past few candles over here at this range from the 19k to the 21.5k regions. So overall, as you can see in the big picture I've explained many times, we are still in bearish territory. If you draw this trend line, it's still respecting that bearish trend line. So definitely the bearish moves will definitely be bigger. If you view the macro time frame, it is still entirely bearish. Alright. Okay, so let's move on to the daily chart now. Okay, let me bring back my levels. I was using another chart because it was cleaner. So let's back. Okay, I've not changed anything. My lines are still the same from before. From the last week, everything is same, except that Bitcoin recently made another lower low at around 19.6k regions, which is a pretty key level. Price at 19,200, 19,600. It has bounced many times from here. One time here, 2 times here, and then it had a big move up. So therefore, we could be seeing another bounce from these lows, and since we are coming to a new month, it may set up for a pullback in the macro time zone, and then we start going back lower. Okay, so why do I say that? Is because whenever there's a new month coming, big institutions, those money makers usually rebalance their portfolios, and therefore these moves usually set for retracements. Alright, and I've been calling for a retracement back to around the 22k levels for Bitcoin since last week, and we might see it very soon. My idea is still the same. This could be just a deviation from this range over here. Alright, so if price manages to reclaim back above the 20.8k regions, I see it going up. First TP will be 21.8k, and then my second level will be around the 22k regions. Why do I say these levels? Is because if you draw the Fibonacci tool from right at the top at around 25k all the way to the bottom, okay, the retracement levels, okay, if it retraces half of this entire move, it's around 22.4k regions. Okay, but I don't want to get my hopes up too much, okay, as it could just go a little bit around here, around the 22k region, and start coming back down. So that is why I'm predicting that price would retrace at least back to around the 21.8 to 22k regions first. And what I think will happen next is price, let's say, goes up, break above the 21.5k, come back up, take out these stops over here, then we start coming back down again, we test this level, then boom, this is the short entry, which is what I want to take very soon in the coming weeks if this plays out. why do I think price would just barely hit 22k and then start coming back down is because, you know, Bitcoin movement, I have realized the last few months to the last 2 years is Bitcoin tends to like to take out stop losses. Basically, as you can see, these huge short moves, right? So usually a lot of shorters would short from here, and then their stop loss will be around this level, and then boom, they're holding this position and they're praying for lower prices. But Bitcoin usually, okay, usually likes to take out these shorters, take out their stop losses first before coming back to their original plan and then going back down. That's what I'm predicting for Bitcoin, that if it comes back up, destroy and liquidate these shorters, take out their stop losses, and then start coming back down again. Or if Bitcoin isn't as strong and it just wants to come back up, retest this trend line, that is also a good short trigger, because if we test this whole range and this trend that it recently broke, and then we go back to the lows, that is also another short trigger I would take. Okay, around the 4 hours chart, there's nothing much to talk about because, as I already mentioned, I'm not looking to take any trades on Bitcoin, but I took a trade on ETH, and later I'll explain further. But anyway, I see this as a deviation. Price go back to at least 21.5k first, or 22k, and then we start going back down. Remember, we prepare for both sides, and we need to prepare for the bullish side, right? So let's say price comes back up, super bullish candle, okay, takes out all these stop losses, retest 21,500, fails to break this level, then this is a very risky long entry which you can take. If it reclaims this level and holds this as support, you can try to long this up to around the 24k regions first, okay? And this is the very risky long because we are still in the short bias. But let's say price goes up even higher, reclaims back around the 22,700 levels, then there is my long trigger, which is the safer route. If it holds at support, then I think it can reach the highs at around 25k, and then lastly, my target will be around 25,700 levels. I explained in my previous video why I think price can hit 25.7k levels and it would not surprise me. Well, okay, let me just summarize it very quickly. 3 points. It's at the top of this range. Okay. Price could want to retest this broken structure. Alright, this ascending wedge level, and also retest the higher time frame trend line right from the top over here, connected to this lower high again, and then finally, if price wants to come up there, that's another short entry that I would take if price manages to go above 23.8k levels. But my main bias is still shorts, okay? I'll only look for longs, for me personally, above the 22,700 levels. So again, to reiterate my trade ideas, first short idea will be around the 21.5k levels, holds it at resistance, then back down to the lows, or comes back up, take up the shortest around the 22k regions or the 22,400 levels, then take another short down to the lows. Okay, these are my short ideas. And if the monthly candle only retraces up to around the 20.8k levels, it depends. If Bitcoin is really weak and it fails to break this 20.8k level, this will be another short entry down to the lows. Okay, waiting for retracement up, resist, couldn't break above, and then go back down. So these are my short ideas. Okay, so moving on to my ETH trade. Okay, I called this out. I called this ETH trade out like, I think it was Friday or Saturday, I can't remember. Same idea as Bitcoin. I think this is just a deviation below this support. Now, right now, the ETH chart is much cleaner than Bitcoin. If we claim this support level, breaks above, holds it as support, and then pumped even higher. So this confirms the deviation play right now is at a key resistance level. it's a resistance area, plus it's retesting the bearish trend line that I've drawn since the 2K regions all the way down here. So ETH idea, pretty straightforward. Okay, right now if you haven't got into a trade, alright, right now I would look for longs. Okay, not shorts yet because I expect Bitcoin to retrace even more, so longs for ETH as well. Longs if ETH manages to break above, holds this level at support around 16k regions, then I'll long it to at least 1730 TP1. Then second level will be around 1800 regions TP2. Then I would take my profits. Okay, and I mentioned I bought ETH on spot because I didn't want to, I didn't want to open any futures as it was the weekends and I didn't want to look at the chart so often. So I bought ETH on spot at around 1450s region. I was expecting a huge retracement back at least to 1730 and 1800. And that is why I bought on spot. Okay, and I'm looking for a big short for ETH at around the 1800 regions, because using the Fibonacci tool from this top to this level, okay, the halfway region is around 1780s, and that is confluence with where I wanted to short at. The next level I want to short at is around 1730. As mentioned, it was the previous high, and if it fails to break the previous high, and I will take the short here as well. So that's about it for my trade ideas for Bitcoin and ETH. Hope this video helps you out, and remember, the markets are always here, but your capital may not. Peace.